You are listening to the Tricorder Transmissions and 5-Year Mission, Episode 14. And now, here are Craig and Jeff.
Is this a ghost we find before our eyes tonight? His catcher voice they recognize. Kodos can still be heard. The executioner, he still recites his lines. 4,000 demontages for tonight will justice be restored.
Welcome to episode 14 of What Are Little Songs Made Of? This week, we're going to be talking about the year one track, The Conscience of the King. And here to kick off the conversation is the song's writer, Noah Butler.
I was listening to a lot of Billy Bragg at the time, and so I really kind of wanted to do this sort of like folk. Mike's making the who the hell?
Billy Bragg. He's British.
I wanted to do this like
Wilco, Mermaid
sort
Avenue 1
of
and 2.
folk song, and it's just kind of about this bad guy legend, and so the demo, which we almost
We were really close to using the demo.
really
on
close
this
to
one.
just putting the demo on the
And
album.
in fact, we were so close that Noah was like, why don't you just throw a couple of extra guitars on my demo and we'll call it.
And then when we realized that I didn't play it in any particular time or rhythm, that idea was scrapped. But no, we almost put it on the album as is. And so if we ever release multiple demos from the past, that would definitely be one of them, because it's a good solid version of it, in the demo. And it's just all acoustic, and that was kind of my vision for it, was just really stripped down and doing that. But then when we decided we would do it live, then I went for another obscure 80s band reference, Guadalcanal Diary. I kind of wanted it to sound like that.
Oh yeah, I know who they are.
Yeah, song called, in particular, a song called "Ghost on the Road" was kind of the idea I had, and I don't know that Patrick had ever heard it, but he certainly did some guitar work, much in the vein of what I was imagining for that, and so it was something very different from the demo, but I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. And it was one of the I think it was the last song that we recorded.
I was learning it in the
I think so,
studio.
yeah. This is the
We didn't
only
even-
song
we
that we
didn't even
never
practice
practiced all together before we recorded it. We just literally
literally
laid our parts down.
Which led to some trouble when we finally decided to do it live.
Yeah, took a lot. And Alex, who asked the questions earlier, Alex Lender, she always requests a song, and she's been requesting it forever. And we finally started to play it a couple of times, but we just had never played it because we practiced it once when we recorded it, and that was it.
I know for a long time this was her favorite song.
Yeah.
I don't know if it still is.
Still
but
is, I think.
Is it? So yeah,
So she at least
I
got
think
to
all
see it.
recorded music.
she was coming into town to see us, and it was like her birthday or
That was
something.
in,
and
that was in March, right?
yeah, well, not the first time that we did
First
it,
time, yeah.
like 2 or 3 years ago, and so we decided we would do it for her as a special present, but it took a lot of work to relearn it.
You're welcome, Alex.
We played it several times now, so it's
Yeah.
we've gotten better at it.
And also, since we learned it in the studio, there's also. Do we want to reveal this? I think we told Andy about it.
Oh yeah, he knows. Yeah.
But there's this small section of it that later in post production we realized, oh crap, we didn't record the drums for that.
Yeah, we got to the end of the song, and Andy gets to the end, and he plays the last little part, and we were like, oh, finally we're done. Oh, great. All right, good night. And then Andy leaves, and like the next day, Noah and I are working on recording the other parts, and we get to the end, and
We're like, where's the end?
the last little punch at the end.
The never wanted this blood on my hands.
And there were no drums there, so I hopped on the drums and.
But
and
luckily enough, it was
recorded it.
nothing complicated.
Oh no, it's not. But That was always something that we finally revealed it to Andy like maybe a year ago or something.
Not even that.
Yeah, it's a couple months
Couple
ago.
months ago. I was like, what are you
He never realized that he didn't do it. He didn't know that was me.
Real professional, guys.
Yeah.
Andy could never pull off that cymbal roll at the end like I did. That was some Tommy Lee shit right there.
I gotta say, guys, that this is another song for me that really amped up the emotional impact of the episode, much like The Enemy Within when we talked about that song. This, for some reason, or not for some reason, for clear reasons in the lyrics, and maybe it's the repeating of 4,000 Dead on Tarsus 4, but it really added to the emotional weight of that episode. And this is another great companion piece for me that the episode makes the song stronger, and the song makes the episode stronger, which is really what I think is, the greatest feat that you guys pull off. It's really remarkable.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I think this is a great lament as far as songs go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's this father who basically is
It's Hitler.
a disappointment to his daughter, and he just doesn't want her to be like him. And ultimately, she dies because of what his life has brought back around. And so
but she becomes exactly like him.
she basically becomes exactly what he didn't. I mean, and he's forced to go on, and he survives, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He goes on, and I don't think it's even ever confirmed for everyone that he is who they say he is. I mean, he
is.
I know he
Yeah,
is.
but there's never.
There's like never empirical evidence to that. But I really like the song. It's one of some of the stuff that we came up with while recording the backup vocals, like the ooze that Mike and I do in the background. I didn't even realize it was Mike that did it until not too long ago. During the verse, he does that kind of like low ooh, and then I do the ooze on the chorus. Were there two parts there that I did? I can't remember. But anyway, it's a lot of. I really enjoyed doing it live because it's something we don't often either do or do well. Is ooze when we're live. So it's one of those that actually works, and I really enjoy doing it.
Well,
Yeah, I really like the ooze.
La-las go over a little better.
Yeah, la-las go over a little better.
And it's one of those, as far as the episode itself goes, it's one of those episodes that, as a kid watching it, which is when I watched most of these episodes first time around, I would have been bored to death. Like it would have
absolutely.
just been like, I've been scared. I don't want this is stupid.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I was like, this is a really interesting and powerful episode that as a kid I would have completely dismissed it as it's one of those boring episodes.
It's definitely one of those underrated episodes
Yeah.
that when Roddenberry was still just like, let's be hard hitting,
Yeah.
let's make a statement.
It's one of the serious ones that kind of sneaks up on you, and you don't realize how serious it is until it's smacking in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, until I heard Noah's song, I really didn't pay close attention to this episode. To me, it was that episode where they have the close-up on that girl's face. And that was it. That's all I remember from the episode. But then Noah's song helped me to recognize the quality of the episode.
Yeah, it's one of the things I really enjoy about this song too, is that you're able to translate the gravity of the episode into the song, where you're taking the listeners on that ride of hunting Kodos down for justice, and then you switch into Kodos' perspective for that last verse and sort of twist it for people who understand that, maybe he has a lot of regrets and he was really looking out for his daughter. I thought you captured that really well.
Thanks.
Another thing that if we ever do release the demo, people will hear is that the song was actually longer.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I just remembered that actually.
What is that?
It was a whole nother chorus
Mhm.
after the Never Wanted My Blood on Your Hands.
Yeah, it didn't end there.
It didn't end there. It built and then went into another chorus.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And we talked Noah into cutting that, which was probably a poor choice because then he started cutting every song from that point on.
So why did you feel it needed to be cut?
Because, well, me personally, I thought that was a great spot to end the song The other having a chorus at the end kind of added like a, I don't know, just kind of
it follows the episode because the episode is like all this, this build up to this final piece where, Kodos is, his daughter dies and it's just this horrible ending for him. And that's kind of where, when we were doing the song, that's what happens. And then it came back up. And it just, when we were recording it, it just didn't make sense. It felt more more true to the episode to have it end that way, and that's ultimately what.
Yeah, because wasn't it like after the No Child Don't? Then there's the cymbal, the cymbal swell. Yeah. It was originally supposed to be a snare roll.
Yeah.
And it was going to go into
4,000 Dead on Tarsus 4.
Yeah, and it was going to go into a whole other chorus. Yeah, that's right.
Someday we'll release the demo.
I vaguely remember that, but I think that might have cheapened it a little bit.
Yeah,
I really like the way
that's what I thought.
It felt like we were trying to put this extra punch in there that didn't need to be.
And I'm always a fan of ending a song, no matter how happy or whatever the song is, on like the saddest note possible. Even if the episode has a resolution, like
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wolf.
Yeah, like Wolf in the Fold. Exactly, that's a perfect example. Actually, I was going to say Operation Annihilate, but Wolf in the Fold's a better example.
You're welcome.
Guys, any final thoughts on the conscience of the king?
Nope.
I like Patrick's little guitar noise at the beginning of the song.
This was, I guess because this is one that we recorded kind of at the last minute without practicing, and I got to do a little bit of experimenting in the studio, which we don't get to do that often. And that's one of the things I love about recording, so I was happy to get to do it on this song.
I was a soldier. Things had to be done. Murder, flight, suicide, and madness. I never wanted